We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Between Two Props, getting to know the future of the Wheeling Women's Rugby program, the first part of our recruit series. I'm Zach Ziegler, along with head women's rugby coach here at Wheeling, Ken Pape. And Ken, getting started with this recruiting class, tell us a little bit about what's coming up.
Yeah, well, Zach, this was only supposed to be a three-part series, but after the announcement that we've added a second side, our recruiting has just gone through the roof. We're getting some really amazing recruits contacting us, people that weren't maybe looking at us in the first run, but now we're coming back and saying, hey, you know what, you guys won a national championship? We'd like to see where we can go. So, this might turn into a four-part series, but today we're going to start off with our first four signees. We're really excited about all four of them. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. I'll give you some clips of them. And, we asked them all to we interviewed all of them, and we have some statements from them as well. So we're going to be able to share all of that information. And, we want our viewers at home to know and kind of get to meet who's coming in and what to expect.
And let's get started right away. Who we got first?
Yeah, we got Vivian Scanteris. Vivian hails from Greenville, South Carolina. She plays for the Charlotte Cardinals. We have a couple of players from there. That have come from there previously. Viv is a hooker. I've known Viv now for I'd say three solid years. When I first met her, she came to our tackle camp that we held out at the other school, and we're going to be bringing that camp back. But she came through, and she was kind of just learning the basics of rugby and how to tackle and scrum shape and things like that. And Viv has really gotten better to the point where, like, last year I was like, okay, this is going to be someone who's a couple years of a project, and then we'll see where she's at her junior year. To now, I saw her in her very last couple games, and she's an absolute monster, okay? She's used that stuff that she's learned in her tackle technique, and she's got some great coaches over there with the Cardinals. They've really taught her some really solid rugby foundation. And, I've got to tell you the truth. She's going to be coming in here, and she's going to be competing right away. And it's hard to do as a freshman, especially in such an important position at hooker. But Viv, I think she's got the skill set. She's got great hands. She can run the ball. She's not the fastest person in the world, but she's not the slowest either. So she's got a good pace to her. She just trucks through people. But she's more known for me on her defensive side of the ball. She's not afraid to throw her shoulder into things. She'll take people to the ground, and she gets right back up. So I'm really excited to see what Viv looks like in a black jersey, and what she can do, what kind of chaos she can create.
So our first recruit going Cardinal to Cardinal from Charlotte to Wheeling. Who's up next?
Yeah, so we got Melina Hammonds. She hails from Ottawa, Ontario. She's a Canadian developmental player. She has done just terrific work over the last few years. I got to watch a lot of her game film, and I got to tell you, first of all, she's 5'11". She's got some size to her. She's strong, and she's fast. She's got quick feet. I saw a situation where a girl, she had passed the player that she was defending, passed the ball. Melina went ahead and scooted around the other side and was able to get there before the ball did. So she's got some pace to her. She runs like a tank. She's an absolute monster. She comes from Holy Trinity Catholic High School. So she's going to be coming from a Catholic school to another Catholic school. So that's pretty fun stuff. She plays the lock position. And with the departure of Jill Stewart, this is going to give us somebody that can compete right away in for that lock position. Filling Jill's shoes is not going to happen, but we want to kind of see if we can create it, create Jill in the aggregate, right? So Melina just brings a lot to the table. She's really excited. She's really enthusiastic. She has an incredible work rate too. Talk about a kid that's, going through high school, playing rugby. She's also working a part-time job. She's really putting in the effort. She wants to be able to help her mom with college and things like that. So, great family. We're really excited about bringing her to the field. And, she'll instantly be an impact, someone that we can really count on to push the rest of the locks to be better. And I talked to Emma Ty about, Emma Ty, our captain. We've talked about Melina, and she's really excited because it's going to help, Emma take some of the burden of the scrum off of her. Yeah, so next up we've got Peyton Olivas from Alvin, Texas. She plays for the Spartans Rugby Club down there. We got to spend some time with Peyton and her family and her teammates because when we were down in Texas for the national championship, we did some community engagement. The players did, we mixed sides and we did some coaching, and things like that. So we got to really see what Peyton's like at home. And I got to tell you, she didn't disappoint. She's a great kid. She really works hard. She was listening to the instruction while the coaches were down there, doing that coaching seminar for those players down there. She's also a referee. She refereed in the national championship series. Not our game, of course, because that would be kind of a conflict. But she likes to referee. And you know what? That's something we haven't done here. We haven't done a lot of refereeing stuff. So to have Peyton come in and be able to bring that angle to things, I think that's a pretty cool feature. And, I'll tell you, and Peyton's one of those kids. She's a hard worker. She plays hooker. She's a hard worker. I think with a little bit more experience under her belt, she's going to be a really positive impact player for us. Her dad and mom coach, them as well. So, she's got a rugby background behind her. So I'm excited to see what Peyton brings to the table. And, and I know she's excited to get here. It was really cool when we went down there. We were able to, we showed her the game jerseys and things like that. And she got excited and she put them on and her teammates went wild. So I know she's super excited to be here, and the ladies the team's really excited to have her.
You're watching Between Two Props Recruit Edition here with Zach Ziegler and head women's rugby coach Ken Pape. And Ken, let's talk about our final of the 4.
Yeah, our final of the 4 for this week's edition, we got Grace Lasso from Hampshire, Tennessee. Another great player. She plays prop and lock, but I've also, contemplated, is this somebody that we could look at maybe for the 8 position? She's a hard runner, dominant in contact, not afraid of anything. I'm really excited to see what she can bring to the table. She comes from Columbia Central High School down in Tennessee, so I know she's got some good rugby background down there. They've got some great coaches down there. But Grace is one of those players that, she has a lot of power, loads and loads of power to spare. But what we're going to work on is getting some quick feet for her, help her work on her steps and things like that. In that prop and lock position, giving us a little bit more depth in that area. Really going to compete for a job. I mean, she is, like I said, a power person. And that's what we kind of lacked this year was power inside the scrum. And I think that's something that Grace is going to bring to the table. During her visit, really awesome. Her family was here. We had a great visit. She talked a lot about what her goals were, and they kind of align with our goals. So, I think Grace was a natural fit for us. We were excited to be able to get her to come here. When we start the season, I don't know where she lands, if she's going to be with that varsity side or she's going to be with that JV side. But I know by the end of the season, she's definitely going to be competing right up front to see and again, could be a prop, could be a lock. We'll see when we get into preseason, but I know she's going to be competing. Once she learns our systems and our ways about us, I think that she's going to be someone that competes right away for a position as well. And then so far, I've said 3 out of the 4 players are going to be competing right away. That's how we are here, okay, Zach? Like I don't care about seniority. I don't care about any of that. The players that come in the most fit, that work the hardest, that actually pay attention and do the things they're supposed to do, like we did this year, those are to be the players that start and get those minutes. And I think Grace is going to be one of those people. She's a hard worker, and she has a good head on her shoulders. And
you mentioned a lot of exciting recruits here through these first 4. We got much more coming up. Talk a little bit about what fans are going to see in these next couple weeks.
Wow, I mean, we're just getting into the weight room. We just started doing our lifts for the spring. A lot of excitement there, bringing on Casey Kilbane, as our strength coach. He's doing a great job with the ladies. The recruits are chomping at the bit. The incoming freshmen are asking me, Coach, can we get some workouts to do too? Not yet, guys. You got to hang out. We'll get you some stuff down the road. But it's exciting. Talking about the recruits, we have 3 more episodes. 3 more episodes worth of recruits. We're getting these high quality kids. We have a couple of kids on campus right now that we're really excited about as well. We have a set of twins. Man. I've coached twins in the past, and I love how competitive they get with each other. I'm excited to see how that recruiting visit ends out. But as far as the rest of the season, rest of what we got going on, we got some lifts today. Next week, we're going to start touching the ball a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. We're going to start touching the ball a little bit. More fitness work, more conditioning work, so we can set ourselves up really, really nicely for February. February is going to be a big, they're going to have to be able to, the players are going to have to juggle their fitness work along with the rugby side of things because May 1st, we got our first tournament up there at Frostbite. So we're we're pumped and ready to go. Ladies are ready to defend the title. Let's see if we can pull out a couple sevens tournament wins. That'll be fun. And then meanwhile, while we're here doing this up in the frigid cold, we've got Alexis Dallas and Tamsin Boyce down there in Atlanta representing Wheeling in the All-Star tournament. So we've got a lot of, spokes in the oven. Hats off to TJ's Restaurant Bar and Grill. They had us over to celebrate the national championship yesterday. That was a lot of fun. We met a congressman. We were on the sports network here, the WTRF, WTRF. Just lots of cool things happening for here around town here, Zach, as far as rugby goes.
Thanks, Ken. We're excited for the spring. Can't wait to continue the series.
Go Cards!
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.